Folks, pay close attention. The administration just launched the single biggest cash injection since 2020, and it is flooding the US financial system right now. Why? Because as the conflict in the Middle East spreads, the government is terrified of an economic crash. So, they're deploying waves of capital to backstop the entire system. It's the same tried-and-true playbook we've seen in every major crisis. Today, we're going to break down exactly what you need to know, the 3 secret tools the government is using right now, and how you can position your portfolio to come out ahead. Before we even talk about the current situation, let's look at history. Back in 2008, the global financial system was on the brink of total collapse. Uncle Sam stepped in and created TARP, a massive $700 billion bailout, and launched quantitative easing. The Fed's balance sheet absolutely exploded. Fast forward to 2020, the economy locked down, and the government printed $5 trillion. The stock market crashed 34% in March, but roared back to all-time highs just 4 months later. The pattern is always the same. A crisis hits, markets get wobbly, governments print money, and Wall Street buys the dip, making out like bandits while everyday folks holding cash get their savings devalued. This time is no different. Right now, oil prices are surging, and the Strait of Hormuz is under threat. So Wall Street is asking, when is the bailout coming? Well, the truth is, it's already here. Uncle Sam is already deploying 3 massive tools to prop up the market. Tool number 1 is government risk absorption. The US is offering political risk insurance for maritime trade and even providing Navy escorts in the Gulf. The government is essentially taking private sector risk directly onto its own balance sheet to stabilize the market. Tool number 2 is a $140 billion hidden stimulus. You probably haven't heard about it, but the One Big Beautiful Bill Act from last year is now delivering $140 billion in consumer stimulus this year. Just as consumer confidence threatens to dip, the government is manufacturing demand out of thin air. Tool number 3 is sentiment control. We're seeing a lot of strategic leaks about indirect peace talks. Whether these talks are real or just a leak, it doesn't matter. It buys time for these capital injections to work their magic and prevents panic selling. So how does this all play out for you? There are 3 main scenarios you need to prepare for. Scenario 1 is a quick resolution. The conflict wraps up in a matter of weeks. Oil prices drop, inflation fades, and the Fed starts cutting rates. With all the stimulus already in the pipeline, this is your cleanest, most immediate bull case for the broader stock market. Scenario 2 is a prolonged conflict. This is where we get a stagflationary squeeze. Inflation runs hot, and economic growth slows down. This isn't a bear market. It's a hard asset bull market. In this scenario, you want to rotate into energy, infrastructure, defense contractors, and other real assets. Scenario 3 is regime change chaos. This would spark a generational supercycle. Uncertainty becomes a structural feature of the market for years. You can expect endless fiscal intervention and emergency defense spending. Hard assets would enter a massive multi-year boom. The key is this: don't fall for the Wall Street scam of selling in a panic while they're buying the dip. Here is your checklist for the coming week. First, watch oil. If Brent crude goes above $100 a barrel, that's where the money printing playbook goes into overdrive. Second, watch the Fed's March meeting. Look for any language that hints at rate cuts, even if inflation is still a problem. Third, monitor the peace talks. Any formal step toward de-escalation will send markets skyrocketing. And finally, keep an eye on gold and Bitcoin as long-term plays against currency debasement. Keep a level head and follow the data. That wraps up today's video. Stay smart, stay positioned, and I'll see you in the next one.